Okay, so here we are with the famous Velie, and Doug is telling me all the things that my dad added to this car for the race. We got the stopwatch mount.
Stopwatch mount.
So
one day I said I need to be able to mount my stopwatch in the car, and he said, okay, I can make that work. So he made it, and that helped for the win in 2011. I'll definitely say that. We also had to remount our speedometer, so this ring always had to change. But the speedometer had to be easily removed. The original one would lock in and it never had to come out. So they had to set screws for it. So this whole machine plate he came up with, all the electronics on the car when it was originally built, he did all that, working on making the cutout work. So it might be pretty stiff now. But I pushed that in because it drives me crazy when we're driving down the road.
what is it? A cutout?
It's for the cutout. So it dumps all the exhaust right at my feet.
Oh.
But when we're driving down the road, it's nice to have a straight pipe.
Oh, I see.
And, you know, the choke was put on there. We never had to use the choke in the car. This is our overdrive.
He put all these on there.
Yep, he helped mount all that stuff. Great Ray started doing more safety stuff, so they said we had to have turn signals. So Dad brought this over to him and said, we need to put turn signals on the car. He goes, okay. So that went on.
Wow, and all these switches he stamped out.
I think he stamped all those. I think he was, so this is our mag and distributor because this is a dual ignition car. So it will only start on the distributor, but it will run on the mag and distributor together. And that took a lot of work between him and Bob Dilger. They spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make the car run with both ignitions on at the same time without fighting. So after minutes of driving, the car would fight and it would misfire because it was sparking at different times. It wasn't staying phased together. And then they had the original distributor on there, and if we pull up the hood, we had to replace it to a more modern, a 50s era distributor, because the original distributor turned into, as Dad called it, a helicopter one day, because it came up and just started spinning around in circles. And Kenny goes, I think we're going to have to put an AC Delco on there. So there's an AC Delco distributor cap on there to run the car.
Let's see.
It's still on there today. Certainly a lot of memories. Kenny worked a lot of hard hours on this, along with Bob and Dad and everyone else.
Yes.
But it was definitely a labor of love, but a lot of fun to do.
Thanks. Here we got the Velie. Well.
Oh, he did the fuse panel too. He come around.
Oh, he did the fuse panel.
I'll open it up. This right here, that little bump right there in the hood, you can't really see it that well. There's a little dent right there. That's when the piston, the plug, the spark plug came flying out of the head.
When you were racing?
Mom and Dad were driving it in Delaware.
Did it keep running?
No, we stopped driving it after that. We had to fix, came back home. But this fuse panel has had since been replaced. So the original one went in. Also, your father's working to make all of it work. There's the Delco Remy distributor that he put in. Still working today. But this gets soaked from the radiator and all the fluids that keep running back. So it just sprays the back of the car and just completely saturated. I'm surprised these still even work today because it's just so corroded from all the coolant that comes flying back off the car.
You ever run low on coolant? Losing so much?
Oh yeah, all the time. We just keep filling it up.
I remember it holds 5 gallons. He worked so hard to keep it holding that.
But we have replaced, so this is just a tin shell, brass shell. We did replace it after 2011. It does have a modern radiator in it now to try to help it cool, because the old original radiator just leaks like a sieve. We got it so hot in 2011 that this stem cap, it's all brazed on, soldered on there. That actually got so warm that the solder melted and the whole cap came off in Dad's hand. That's how warm the motor was. So you can see how well it's been worn. But also, your father did a lot of this work of trying to get these plugs to thread into the top of this head. The problem was in the back, they're a real tight gap. So we had a lot of compression loss. So these, so the problem is with the carbon and the air coming out, the carbon kept filling it in. But we would put a 4-foot bar on here, and they're fine threads, and keep turning those. So we had a special tool. Didn't Kenny make that tool?
A 4-foot bar to take your spark plugs out?
Well, they won't come out, I don't think, anymore.
Oh, they'll come out. I got all the tools that Kenny made.
Yeah, I don't know how well
I got a whole box full of tools that he made for this car.
That's great.
Well, we had these casts because it was leaking so bad, we were losing so much compression that these went in and again just started just fine, and they just kept turning and turning and turning. I don't know that we really would want to take those out anytime soon.
Wow.
And then they blew out and hit it right here.
That's the one that blew out.
The spark plug came out.
They also redid the exhaust manifold to run a more updated carburetor. So the original brass carburetor that would have hung super low in between the frame, which we still have. So a lot of this stuff, all the originalness of this car, we could take it back to that full original state because we have all those parts and we never just completely modernized it to where we couldn't go back the other direction. So it's really a unique car.
So Kenny built 2 ways of checking the oil. Right here.
2 ways to check the oil?
That's one way to check the oil right there on a dipstick. And then he went down through here to check the oil in the back of the engine. A second way.
Let's see.
And he built all this stuff to fit the car. In fact, his writing is probably still on there.
Right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Probably on that one if you can wipe it off.
He had writing on it. He wrote on everything.
Yeah, that's the way he was. He's pretty organized.
He wrote on it all.
Okay, so tell me about these headlights.
Kenny told me, he says, we need to put some headlights on this car because you can't see. So what he did is he took the original headlights that we had, okay, that were carbide, and he went ahead and he designed and built regular headlights into these headlights, okay? And then
Corvair headlights.
Right, are they?
They might be.
And then we could see the headlight through here.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, we need to sandblast these so that nobody can see those headlights, you know?
Yeah.
I said, okay. So that's what he did. He wired them up and they're on the
That's
car.
awesome.
They've
Boy,
been on
good.
there since 1992.
1992, that's
And
great.
they still work. Matter of fact, we can see if they work. See if they light up.
Well, you're going to need them to drive home tonight.
You got headlights?
No. Have you used them yet this year?
Haven't used them in 20 years.
Haven't
You
used
got headlights. You got
haven't used them in 20 years, huh?
You got brake lights? You have brake lights.
Any brake lights? No brake lights? Got brake lights?
No.
How about turn signals? No. Gotta use your hands.
What's that? We have no
Turn signals? How are the
No.
turn signals?
They don't work either.
Oh!
Hey!
The turn signals.
Got turn signals.
We got turn signals.
How about 4 ways?
4 ways? No. Yeah, you got 4
And he
ways.
built 4 ways too.
Oh, he built that. Oh, well, that's good. Glad that part still works. We're ready for ignition. That starts good.
It's better. Right. Thanks for coming over.
Oh. All right. There's the Velie. Hey, he's got brake lights. That's good.